Class is now in session. Come on and join in. All of my good students, please come in, have a seat in the front. All of you wahoos and riffraffs who are not going to pay attention, get to the back of the classroom. This segment is sponsored by Qualis Roofing and Construction. All right, let's get to the tape. So the Dallas Cowboys, over the last couple of weeks, they've been trying to do this configuration of understanding, all right, what are we going to be as a defense, right? It was 100% zone. It was like, we want to go man, we want to do this, we want to do that. And a lot of it hadn't worked out in their favor. I think they may have found something that is going to allow them to create more pressure, to get more sacks, more tackles for loss, more pressure on the quarterback. And when you add the addition now to the mix of a prime time, high level A+ player in Quinnen Williams to that front line, will make this configuration seems to be a lot more doable and may cause issues for teams coming down the line. The defensive front that the Cowboys have transitioned to, you've seen a lot more in the Arizona Cardinals game, was to a 5-man front. Traditionally, they've been a 4-man front. And with the 4-man front, one of the things that does is, I mean, sheer math, right? Offensive line, you have a center, 2 guards, 2 tackles.
And a lot of times a tight end.
And sometimes a tight end. But if you just do simply the offensive line, there's 5 dudes.
Yeah.
If you're running a traditional 4-man front, you only have 4 dudes.
That's -5 -4.
Is 1,
That's
right?
1.
So what ends up happening is that you see almost double teams on every single play. Now, who they decide to double, sometimes it may be Osa, sometimes it may be Kenny Clark, or whoever may be in those particular positions. But there is a disadvantage to that, especially when you're trying to add, when you're supposed to be adding a linebacker, or you try to add a linebacker into that mix, and he may not always get there in the proper enough time and fill in the proper gaps that you needed. So you saw the Cowboys kind of go a little bit more girthy, a little bit more big up front, and that allows for less double teams, more one-on-one matchups, and that can be a success for the Dallas Cowboys. And so I want to look at one of the sacks that they had in the Arizona Cardinals game right here. Now, when you look, you see the set that the Arizona Cardinals has, right? They have 1, 2, 3 tight ends into this time, in addition to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive linemen, right?
8 versus 4.
They got 8 versus 5 right now, because when you look at the next picture, we indicate who are the 5 guys up front. Now, you have to believe that some of these guys in this pass pattern is going to go out. Some will help block. But what you're able to see here is that you have the penetration, that you have the movement from the defensive line, because they're not getting so much double team. This is a play action pass right here, and you see the Arizona Cardinals, they try to just go what we like to call elephants on parade. Everyone's sliding left, right? Everyone's sliding left. Everyone's supposed to be going to the left. And now you're seeing those 5 offensive linemen trying to fight over the top, trying to fight through the backside, trying to make sure that they're covering all the gaps that are supposed to be covered to create no running rooms for the running back. But what ends up happening is, because you add that 5th guy into the mix, you now have Dante Fowler, who is coming off the edge unblocked right now. And now, who does he belong to? He belongs to the quarterback in this particular scenario. You would hope that the quarterback, he does the fake. And normally what has been happening is that our defensive ends, or that 5th man on the line of scrimmage, has been biting the cheese and running down the line of scrimmage. Right, they've been biting the cheese, running down the line of scrimmage. And now the the quarterback, he bootlegs out and would have nothing but space and opportunity. But because they added more guys to that front, now you have a free release guy in Fowler, and he is doing the responsibilities. Let's clap it up for guys doing what they're supposed to be doing up front, and not giving up containment, not biting the cheese, not running down the line of scrimmage after the running back, but understanding and maintaining containment to the responsibilities that you have. And this is critical. You want to know why this is critical? Because when you don't do your job and then someone else doesn't do their job, it can be astronomically bad for your defense. You're going to watch in this play where someone does their job correctly and someone incorrectly does their job, and it could lead to a massive, massive play. If Dante Fowler does not do his job, does not maintain containment, does not have that ability to be that fifth man on the line of scrimmage and be a free rusher, what you're going to notice at the end of this, now, this ended in a sack, okay? This ended in a sack. But look at the top of the screen. If Fowler chases down the line of scrimmage, if Fowler runs after the running back, oopsie, someone forgot to cover one of those tight ends. And if you're looking, you can probably know the guy that's probably chasing the tight end now.
Dad, you don't have to do that.
I'm just saying. But the tight end is wide open. If for whatever reason Fowler is not where he's supposed to be, it's a huge play in this football game. Okay? I mean, it doesn't get more wide open than that. So the Cowboys have found a way to create pressure up front by now going to a 5-man front. And now you think about what that will look like personnel-wise going forward. We talked about it all week long that old man Clowney, he asked for more reps, got more reps, right? Did some good with that. We talked about the young kid. We got an old man and a young boy. The young boy, Donovan Ezeraku. Shout out to the good bros. Donovan Ezeraku, he's coming along as a pass rusher.
Don't pander to Clarence.
I got to give him a little love every now and again. And then now you think about, okay, you already have Osa. Kenny Clark was the guy that you got in the trade. And then now you can add Quinnen Williams to this mix. So now when you go up there and you have 5-on-5, I like the fact that if teams aren't going to add extra men to their line of scrimmage, that means guys like Quinnen Williams will have one-on-ones. Guys like Donovan Ezeraku, who is emerging as a really good pass rusher, will have one-on-ones. Guys like Jadeveon Clowney, who seems like he's found his sea legs, will have one-on-ones. And if they decide to go and double team somebody, again, someone else has an opportunity to split it or to shoot the gap or to just beat your man one-on-one and get after the quarterback. I don't know if the Cowboys can salvage their season. Right? That is yet to be seen with what they have coming down the line. But I think with this trade with Quinnen Williams and then now Matt Eberflus being able to look at this thing and saying, I now have another A-plus guy that I can add to this mix. I lost one. You gave me one back. I think this gives the Cowboys an opportunity to go up there. And do me one favor, John. Go back to that initial picture. I want to paint a picture right quick. So look at this picture right here, right? And let's just paint this picture. Let's go. The guy from the left is Donovan Ezeraku, and then you have your 3 interior defensive linemen. We're going to say those linemen are Kenny Clark, Osa Digizua, and Quinnen Williams. And then when you have Dante Fowler standing, that's going to be Jadeveon Clowney. And then when you look in the middle of this, that's going to now be Logan Wilson, and then you're going to add Demarion Overshown to this mix.
That receiver might not be wide open.
That receiver might not be wide open on that play right here.
He could be wide open. He might not have time to get to him. Okay. We ain't talking about the secondary.
You don't got to go there.
So, listen, I just wanted to paint that picture to you of what the Cowboys will be marching out here against the Vegas Raiders in about a week or so. That will be their 5-man front. Those will be your linebackers. And then now you hope that level of pressure, that level of athleticism and ability up front can maybe mask a little bit of the deficiency that they have in the back end with covering. But we'll see. But I like the way this 5-man front is giving the Cowboys an opportunity to create more pressure on the quarterback and hopefully stop the run game, because it's going to be necessary when you look at the opponents that they have in that rough patch of the schedule coming up.